Cool, here we go. You'll walk past Hibernia, Branwen, Enterprise. Now you're moored here with all that rise. You'll move here alone in the middle of a pandemic and come to understand the term Dublin-centric. You'll say Walsh, not Welsh, and faith, not fag. Being outed by your accent is an obvious prologue. You'll learn how big your presence is and want to hide. You'll put a brave face on and say you never cried. You'll almost speak to the bullring preacher, and this'll teach you how a small town is a strange creature. You'll say small town, not because you're from the big smoke, but because you travel beyond and know Dublin's just a joke. Daily, you'll walk past Cecilia, Nordster, Enterprise. Now you're tethered here with all that rise. We'll all rise until we don't. We'll all want until we won't. We'll all compromise in one way or another. We can all live here because of each other. We'll all rise. 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 You'll buy a bird feeder and fat balls from Bev's Bits. You'll watch the robins eat your loneliness as they clean up fell shits. You'll worry about doing too much too soon. You'll cross the bridge late at night pursued by a full moon. You'll fall for Phil from the tidy towns with all those black sacks, being heartened by her will to help despite a sore back. You'll go home, not sure of where home is anymore. You'll watch the documentary North Circular and know what it is to be in limbo. You'll share Waterford Whisper stories about blow-ins with the cursed Murphy. It's funny, it's sad, it's satire, it's death by 1,000 cuts, and it's a true story. Daily, you'll walk past Leah Marie, Ida Kunz, Enterprise. Now you're fixed here with all that rise. We'll all rise until we don't. We'll all want until we won't. We'll all compromise in one way or another. We can all live here because of each other. We'll all rise. 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 You'll think of Dennis gone for coffee and Maggie always singing. There'll be screeching trains, squashing pennies and chance level cross meetings. You'll grow basil and lavender in a smart garden pretending these are great acorns. You'll reap what you sow and be thankful when Aldi on Trinity Street reopens. You'll discover the neighbours upstairs have conceived since you moved below, and a new Malaysian Lithuanian yellow belly family has been born. You'll find a syringe by your car tyre and there's a fire in the alleyway, but this is your home now. Despite it all, there's no walking away. You'll recognise faces, forget names and feel let down by friends who don't visit. Maybe you'll turn the spare room into an office space, sure who'd miss it. Daily, you'll walk past Laura Ann, Last Chance Enterprise. Now you're anchored here with all that rise. We'll all rise until we don't. We'll all want until we won't. We'll all compromise in one way or another. We can all live here because of each other. We'll all rise. 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 You'll think an outsider is good for any scene while worrying about stepping on toes. You'll realise we're not here, it's not now. We're all ancients, all echoes. You'll hear aphorisms like the rising tide lifts all boats. at the same time knowing some think only witches float. You'll get a leak in your hallway ignored by the management company, but it's the mould that grew on your gifted St. Bridget's cross because of it that really angers me. You'll drop homemade soup to your new French neighbour at the meet and greet. She'll show you her stained glass arts. You'll mention the Harry Clark and Bride Street. You're out of sight, out of mind, forming new connections for the ones you left behind. It's an economic exile, it's an unfair description, it's a chance to be redefined daily. You'll walk past Branding, Boyd Joshbert, Edenvale, Enterprise. Now you peer into the future with all that rise. We'll all rise until we don't. We'll all want until we won't. We'll all compromise in one way or another. We can all live here because of each other. We'll all rise. 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 We'll all